Well, this is program 926, and I'm about to do the sky mirror for the first week in September. And then what time I have left, I'm going to get to work on your next hurricane, which I believe will be in October, and is a little more serious looking than the rain incident that we had here recently. At least we're going to have more electrical problems and more problems getting around, and well, I got work to do on it. I can't define it all, but right now let's go do the sky mirror. Let's see what's coming up in that first week of September for you. Here I've drawn up a chart for you. Some of the tension's gone out of things. You're still working on a nice full moon at 18 Aquarius that gave power to Uranus, and there's people in the streets. Things are going on. Uranus has a 150-degree angle over here to Mars and Saturn, and Mars is right next to Saturn, and so forces of authority could get very mean. I don't know what's happening in Missouri, but right now where I'm at, back on the 13th, it's not good. The police look like, military. There's also a 150-degree angle here over to the sun. Towards the end of next week, authorities especially could get mean. And it seems like the rebels, the people, the common sense folks are up to having it out with somebody. Yeah, there's an opposition to Mercury, which happens later on towards the middle and end of next week also. So the good side, well, Uranus is trining Jupiter, and there's got to be some enlightenment, some secular enlightenment going on here. How come our police all turned into military anyway? Well, let's see what it looks like day by day. We're going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern. Here's where we're going to start on Friday, the 29th. If you go back 1, 2, 3, 4 days ago, you had a new moon at 2 Virgo. Not a bad one. Where you stand now is you're watching the Thursday show. The moon's in Libra here, a fixed air sign, and it's got some buzz on it. Here in the middle of Thursday, there's an opposition to Uranus, and people are tired of disruptions and homeless people and hippies and environmentalists and hurricanes and blah, blah, blah. Well, okay. So Thursday's kind of disruptive, and Thursday night, the 28th, sort of disruptive. Friday morning, the moon early goes by the North Node, and there's a feeling of nurturing, and we got to take care of people, and there's also a nice sextile to Venus, and stay in bed late Friday morning. There's sugar there, and it still has a little buzz on it, but changes totally Friday night about midnight here, 10 p.m. midnight, depending on location, when the moon shifts into Scorpio. And it's a real mixed bag here now, folks, because it takes 2.5 days to go through Scorpio. Here's Saturday and Sunday, and it starts Saturday morning with a nice trine to Neptune. There's music, there's church, there's higher heart. Read Jesus. When you read the Bible and you see the word heavens, it translates back Greek and Aramaic into sky. It's full of astrology, but they tried to take it out. Anyway, this is a good time to see some colors and butterflies and birds and get your higher heart going. Yeah, because the sun is there too. And it's in opposition to Neptune, by the way. I almost missed that. Here's the sun at 6 Virgo on Friday, and Neptune's at 6 Pisces. So people aren't liking priest, artists, doctors. They're not liking the music's too loud. So maybe I shouldn't give you, the real go-ahead to play your music Saturday morning. Oh, look out. But it seems like everybody has the power, but they're overdoing it. Here, look at it. Here's a square to Jupiter sandwiched in between. The Sun sextile and the Pluto sextile are all in power. Well, here's the overdoing it part. And let's see, we got midnight here, 2 a.m., midnight, 8, 6 p.m., you feel powerful. 4 p.m., we're overdoing it. 2 p.m., we're doing what we want. So, mixed bag, but it looks like somebody's overdoing it on Saturday. And look out, because Sunday's not that hot. I mean, Sunday we got the moon going by Saturn first of all. Starts at breakfast. Uh-oh, it's a little scary. Not time. There's no time. There's no money. What's going on with our world? It feels crazy. It's lousy time, Saturn, because the moon marches right on Sunday, middle of the day, and hits the Mars zone. And people, you're either going to be working physically to fix things, or you're going to be ticked off. And, Mars is close to Saturn. They're only 2 degrees apart. And so this could get really mean, huh? Or it could be, or maybe the general is Saturn and Mars is a soldier, and the general will say, now, attention, up, go back to your barracks. I'm kind of betting on the meanness. And when I see this all happening here, the one they're going to sacrifice is Uranus. So this might not be a good day for protesters or for anybody who's trying to be a rebel. If your nail sticks up, these guys are going to come along and try to pound it down. It's happening on Sunday. There's some communication here late Sunday night, early Monday morning with a sextile to Mercury, but it's been a bad Sunday. Yep. Monday about breakfast time, the moon shifts into Sagittarius, a mutable fire sign. All the vibes change, and by dinner time and in the evening, the square to Neptune kicks in and the square to the sun, and we feel confused, feel like we've been misled, huh? Like Sanjay Gupta says over marijuana, we've been seriously misled on purpose for over 70 years about this. Terrible. Well, you're going to look back at this point and say, whoa, it's a lot of lying, confusion going on. People change words. Truth comes out more early Tuesday morning. This is at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's a nice trine to Jupiter, and some of the truth comes out. Here's the trine to Uranus between breakfast and lunch on Tuesday, and the media picks it up. The bosses aren't very happy. There's a square to the sun, well, maybe the bosses aren't doing their job. And the lawyers and the environmentalists and protesters, are going to have their say here. And some men aren't going to be, some men that are wrapped in the cloak of the flag, or, I'm special, I'm privileged. These could be politicians, these could be business leaders. The privileged people, are going to have trouble Monday night, Tuesday morning, because the truth is coming out on Tuesday. I hope you enjoy it. Grab it, make it yours. Okay? Late Tuesday night's actually early Wednesday morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a nice trine to Venus, and there's some sweets around Wednesday. If you learn the truth, when the truth will set you free, maybe you can relax Wednesday morning. Hope you can. Middle of the day, here's a square to Mercury, and we got troubles. Mercury's in Libra, and here we got the moon in Capricorn. Starts after breakfast Wednesday, and of course that means the Pluto-Uranus square is here. And Wednesday night there's a nice sextile to Neptune. The music's going, we feel we've had some faith. Other than just miscommunications in the middle of Wednesday, it's a pretty good day. On Thursday it all changes. Moon goes by Pluto. Eek, a bug! Policemen, military, all over the joint. They think they're doing righteous work, but they're not. They're blocking all the secular protests. They're blocking every man. They could get violent here again. Sorry. On September 4th. Settles down. Everybody goes quiet. Start thinking about things. Thursday night here. 6, 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock. With the sextile to Saturn. Maybe we should have been a little wiser in the way we used force. But here's a consideration. Oh, we all feel like macho here Friday morning. I don't know why. Carrying guns? Sheesh. I have a plan to take all the handguns out. They're going at the gun thing all wrong. Just take concealable weapons. Most of the old towns in the West had signs. You can't go into this town with a concealed weapon. You want to walk in with your gun over your shoulder? That's fine. Long guns should be legal for everybody. They should be able to take them anywhere. But it's the short guns that are killing people. Do away with them. If we did away with them on the island of Hawaii, tourists would love to come here. We'd make a lot of money. Don't let those feds come in with guns shooting our people. No. It's an idea. You know, if you like the idea, talk it up. See what happens. Moon goes into Aquarius in the middle of Friday, and you could be more innovative, okay? And you can talk about things like this Friday night after dinner with a nice trine from Mercury. Think about the kids. Wouldn't it be nice if kids could grow up without all these pistols in their face? Maybe television could take note of that and stop feeding us all these crazy people running around with a little handgun. They're clasping it in both their hands. It's not the way you use handguns. No. But it's all gone into Hollywood now, and too bad. Saturday, we're overdoing it. Moon's in Aquarius. We got a opposition to Jupiter. We're not liking the lawyers too much, but we're going to need them to do the work that we have to do for everybody. The global warming, the environment, stop the incinerator in Hilo, you know, talk to the protesters in Missouri. I mean, talk to the people. Of course, those guys in power, here's a square from Saturn, they're going to stop it all. You know, they're going to stop the media. Hang up the internet, because stuff like that will come up late Saturday night. Feelings of authority. Just the way it is. Sunday morning you'll still be feeling it, but you'll be ticked off. And there's a square to Mars. Anger, resentment, violence. Ask yourself what you're protecting Sunday morning, September 7th. And don't go rush off and take it out on innocent people, especially Venus. Venus is here Sunday afternoon, and she's having trouble. The moon's opposing her. So the girls are having difficulty along with the young men. And not a real easy Sunday. It seems like it gets a lot better late Sunday night, about 9-10 o'clock. The moon goes by Neptune. And maybe the Pope will come out and give us some guidance. Otherwise, if you're at home, you know, pick up the New Testament. Read a little Jesus and realize he was an astrologer and he was trained in Alexandria. You know, and when they say heaven in the Bible, it translates back to sky. It'll read a lot differently to you.